It's okay. Aquí son las fotos con las 35 vacas de que hemos hablado. En el
We have a photograph with 35 cows that we were talking about.
Ayer por la noche hemos llegado ahí para hacer otras cosas, completar con el plasma y para preparar el queso plasmático.
We came yesterday to start working with the cows and with the cheese, plasmatic cheese that they're gonna make.
Bueno, no sé cómo se ven las fotos, porque fue de noche.
Se están viendo bien, se alcanza a apreciar bien la luz.
Giani, I can play the video because it's more clear. I see what pictures I can share now.
Okay. Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
Is this the same farm, Giani, as you were showing us with the veterinarian?
Yes. It's amazing. Es maravilloso que ha pasado y como después de 2 semanas ya continúa la producción mucho más de como antes. La producción de leche. Magnífico.
So the production is more than before.
Y por eso hemos llegado muy tarde. Pero
because we got late.
Dentro de pocos días ya vamos a llegar otra vez porque el médico tiene todo muy bien documentado.
So in some more days we're gonna come back again because the doctor has everything documented.
Porque lo que pasa con lo que comen las vacas a la mitad de como que comía antes.
Because the cows, they are eating just the halfway that before.
Y regalan más leche.
And give more milk.
El médico como costumbre alimentaba a las vacas con suplementos alimentarios.
So the doctor was giving the food for the cows with the implements that they are using to use.
Y quiero especificar que él ha hecho en la primavera la pulverización del suelo y de todo el sitio donde están las vacas.
So in the spring se me complica un poco acerca de la traducción que dices que es la referente al suelo, se hizo un polvo.
Al suelo por donde pisan las vacas.
So they made that kind of dust with ¿Alguien sabe cómo se dice suero en inglés? Suero. Giani.
Bueno, no me acuerdo.
Yo tampoco.
Pues si puedes explicar que ya está todo pulverizado, las paredes, el techo.
So they ¿es pulverizado o colocaron algo referente a higiene, Giani? ¿O colocaron un tipo de polvo?
No, es con el
pulverizado, ¿no?
que estamos pulverizando por el Domo de la Paz.
So they are, Giani said that they are making some kind of dust and they are covering up the space that they are going to be working. ¿Esta pulverización es con ganses, Gianni?
Con plasma de CO2 ZNO.
So this pulverization is with GAN, CNO, to make a dome.
Eso fue lo primero que he hecho. Luego hemos puesto los ganses, los 4 ganses de base en el pozo.
And we put the 4 basic ganses in the water that they have there.
Las vacas tenían problemas digestivas y después de tomar el agua plasma, en 3 días se ha resuelto todo.
So the cows, they have problems before their stomach, and after using the plasma water, they got better.
Y con menos comida y menos a la mitad de los suplementos alimentarios, en la primera semana ha crecido la cantidad de leche por vaca con 2 litros.
So with half of the food, they are increasing the milk. They are increasing the production of milk. ¿Cuántos litros dijiste, Gianni?
2 litros de leche por vaca, más de como en antes.
They increase 2 liters more for milk for each cow.
Y eso se mantiene de 2 semanas.
And this is in constant time in 2 weeks. This permanently in 2 weeks.
En la foto es el tanque de donde se hace el queso.
Right here in the photograph, you can see the elements to make the cheese.
Y en algunas fotos anteriores, el tanque donde se recolecta la leche y se mantiene una temperatura baja. Sí, aquí es.
And right here, they have a little bit less temperature.
Aquí vamos a trabajar con el plasma para hacer el queso con el plasma.
So right here we are working with the plasma to make the cheese with the plasma.
Hemos hecho algunos experimentos con buenos resultados.
We are doing some experiments with good results.
Por ejemplo, el leche, si añades un poquito de CO2, ya se mantiene más sin necesidad de nevera.
For example, if you can put a little bit of CO2 in the milk, you can have it without burn the milk.
Pero más importante es el hecho que el leche antes tenía un gusto amargo, ahora es muy, muy dulce.
So another important thing is the taste is changing. So now it's a little bit more. They have a good flavor. The milk has a good flavor.
He said the milk. He said the milk was sweeter than it was.
Yeah, that's right.
More milk. There's more milk, and the milk was tastier or sweeter and not so sour. I remember him mentioning this.
Yeah,
yes, Mark, thank you. Pues eso es lo más importante porque yo que he percibido cuando he llegado, he sentido una emoción de felicidad.
So when I got here with the cows, I feel happiness.
Y por mi comprensión, eso es la explicación porque los médicos han pensado cómo es posible eso.
And by my thinking and comprehension is because the doctors, they are they are wondering how is possible that.
Y esa alma maravillosa que se llama Yuan
And
tiene una
the
experiencia
mother,
como veterinario de más de 25 años.
and the beautiful soul that is called Jan has his career for 25 years.
Y ya sabemos todos que
Doctor.
la escuela se está contando que si quieres leche bueno, tienes que alimentar muy bien con suplementos alimentarios a las vacas.
Otra vez, esa parte ya ni la puedes repetir.
He dicho que en la escuela de los veterinarios
In the school of the veterinaries,
aprenden que hay que darle de comer a los animales, suplementos alimentarios, las cosas para sacar lo máximo.
they can feed los the cows. ¿Alguien sabe cómo se dice suplementos alimentarios? Supplementary foods or something like that. Could be, Gianni.
No me acuerdo.
Entonces ellos están cambiando de opinión entonces con esto, Gianni.
Bueno, lo que quiero decir es que no pueden explicar cómo es posible eso. Comer menos, tomar agua menos, suplementos menos.
In the school, they are amazed because how they are not be able to explain how if the cows they are eating half of the food and they are producing more milk. So
Las
they don't
vacas
have
no,
any answer.
las vacas no pierden peso, pero no quieren comer como antes.
So the cows they don't lose weight, but they are not eating them the same as before. Gianni, te iba a comentar algo. Ya ves que luego cuando se alimentan los ganados colocan muchos pesticidas en los alimentos y esto de alguna manera está ayudando a que tengan enfermedades las vacas y los transmiten a los humanos. Entonces aquí en México también estamos tratando de ver cómo alimentar a las vacas o al ganado que sirve para alimentar a las personas y proporcionarles el CO2 para que se neutralicen todos los elementos pesados y no se transfieran al ser humano, porque hay muchas enfermedades que se están desarrollando por el alimento con el que se usa en el ganado.
Sí, por favor, al inglés ahora.
I was talking with Gianni that it's important to see how we can interact with the ganses to change the behavior of the heavy elements in the body of the cows that they because sometimes the cows transmit the illness to the humankind for the weight elements that they have for all the food that they are eating with pesticides and something those kind of things.
Miguel, I just noticed Horatio has joined us, and I think he's used to working with Giani.
Okay.
But beautiful. Thank you for helping us. We appreciate that. The cows just look happy. They do look happy or healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I haven't seen enough cows, but they certainly look like they were thanking somebody for something when they poked their head through this gate.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead. just sorry because I have just too much time without translating and I am forgetting some words. So, sorry.
Ok,
Me comenta que ya va a haber otra persona que va a estar traduciendo ya.
sí,
Creo que ya está disponible.
hemos compartido eso en un taller en español que está también traducido al inglés. ¿Me escuchan?
Sí, pero no sé si ya está la persona que iba a empezar a traducir. Pero si quieres, seguimos intentando la traducción. ¿Y puedes repetir la última frase?
He
¿Querés
dicho
traducir
que
esto en el último workshop?
hemos compartido los experimentos en el grupo hispano y está traducido al inglés también.
We have shared these testimonials in the workshop of the Spanish workshop, and they are shared in English also.
Y hemos mostrado todo lo que hemos hecho.
And we have shared that everything that we have done.
Y voy a repetirlo otra vez.
And I'm gonna repeat it again.
Lo primero que hemos hecho, hemos puesto los 4 ganses de base en el pozo.
¿Recuerdas? ¿Alguien sabe cómo se dice pozo en inglés? So we put the elements, the 4 ganses, the 4 primary ganses in the water that they use to feed the cow.
Y de aquí se sacan aquaplasma, agua que está estructurada por los ganses.
And from here, and they took the water that is structured by the ganses.
Pero donde toman las vacas el agua, hemos puesto combinaciones diferentes.
But there are another places that the water, the cows take the water and they are using different kind of ganses.
Hemos puesto en un recipiente el gas de CO2, ZNO y óxido de cobre.
We are using gans of CNO and CO2 and CH3.
Todo claro con el aminoácido.
With the amino acid also.
En otro hemos puesto CO2, ZNO.
And another one, we are just using CNO and CO2.
Y en otro hemos puesto CO2, ZNO y CH3.
And the other one, we are having CNO, CO2, and CH3.
Hemos visto que las vacas que tenían problemas digestivos han tomado el plasma del primer recipiente.
Have problem with their stomach. They tomaron el agua de qué recipiente dijiste, Giani?
El primero donde hemos puesto CO2, ZNO y óxido de cobre.
So the cows they
are using the water with the CNO, CO2, and CH3.
Los que
They are
tenían,
drinking the water.
los que no tenían problemas se han ido directamente al CO2, ZNO.
So the other cows that they don't have any problem with their stomach, and they were going to drink just water with CNO and CO2.
He hecho el experimento con la intención muy clara que las vacas, las almas, ya saben qué quiere tomar.
So we have this testing, and we are sure that the souls of the cows they know already what kind of water they must to drink.
Y eso fue lo primero después de tomar el aquaplasma, cambió el hecho del gusto.
So when the cows drank the water with the plasma, change the flavor, the
Ahora,
taste.
sí, ahora
Now,
las vacas ya están tan felices que algunos ni lo pueden creer.
so the cows, they are very happy and it's hard to believe it.
Hemos hecho lo mismo con las cabras y hemos tenido los mismos resultados.
No recuerdo cómo se dice cabra, Giani.
Otros animales.
Necesitamos otro traductor.
Goat.
Say it again. Gold.
Goat.
So
Goat.
we are using with this another animal. that is
Yes,
there.
porque también las gallinas que están tomando aquaplasma empiezan a regalar huevos más.
So the chicken also the chicken also are given more eggs with this plasma water.
Ya hemos compartido varias veces con nuestras gatitas y los perros que tenemos.
And we are using the water also with dogs and cats that we have. Y ellos también están
Sí.
felices.
Sí,
Gianni.
sí.
So they are happy also, the cats and the dogs.
Para las abejas hemos hecho lo mismo. Hemos puesto 4 recipientes con los 4 tipos de plasma.
So for the bees, we are doing the same. We have 4 different places to put the plasma water.
Y así hemos visto lo que toman y lo que les gusta más.
So in this way, we can see how they drink and if they can any preference for different kind of plasma.
En los experimentos hemos visto que lo primero que hacen, toman mucho aquaplasma.
In the first testing, they drank or they drink more water than before.
Pero después de una semana ya toman más agua y más comida de como antes.
But more than 1 week, they drink more than before. They drink more water than before.
Ahora lo que estamos experimentando es rociar también la comida que toman las vacas.
So now we are putting more guns in the food of the cows, but with spray.
Y como aquí es la temporada fría, empieza ya, las vacas están más dentro de como afuera.
So like it's cold now, the cows están más tiempo adentro que afuera, dices, Gianni?
Sí. Donde
Sí,
le
so the cows-
podemos ver en la foto.
Okay. So, como ustedes, as you can see in the photograph, the cows, they permanent inside in that place that you can see the photograph.
Quiero decir que están comiendo comida seca y toman menos agua.
Un momento. Me dijiste que estaban comiendo comida seca y qué más.
Y que toman menos agua.
Un momento.
Por ejemplo, después de comer, una vaca tomaba como 10 litros de agua. Ahora toma la mitad.
So the cows they were drinking about 10 liters and now they are drinking just 5. So they are
En,
consuming the half of the water.
en los libros está puesto todo al revés.
So in the books, everything is break down backwards.
Pero quieren continuar porque los hechos ya hablan por sí mismos.
But they want to continue because the facts just talk by themselves.
Es maravilloso que pasa con el plasma.
It's wonderful what happened with the plasma.
Por eso hemos dicho que vamos a documentar todo paso, por días.
So they're gonna break down everything step by step every day.
Y ese alma tiene experiencia y quiere compartir con todos esa maravilla.
So that soul has experience and want to share with all of us the wonderful thing.
Quiero especificar que Lionel y su esposa están tomando aquaplasma.
So I want to let you know that Lionel and his wife, they are drinking plasma water also.
Y los cambios ya se puede ver.
And the changes, you can see the changes.
Hemos visto también resultados diferentes donde hemos utilizado el plasma con los animales, pero las personas que lo cuidaban no lo tomaban.
We have seen the results with people that they were feeding the cows on the animals, but the people, they didn't drink it.
Los
Y era
resultados,
diferente,
sí,
eran
sí,
diferentes los resultados, Giani. So
sí, sí.
the result was different when the people, they are not drinking and just they were feeding the cows and the animals.
Se equilibraban de los problemas que tenían, pero no regalaban leche más.
So they got fixed with the problems that they had before, but they wasn't able to give more milk.
Y hemos visto eso porque los que cuidaban las vacas, los animales, ya tenían un comportamiento que no les gustaban.
So we see that the people, they were care about the animals. They have a behavior that they don't like it.
Lo mismo hemos visto cuando hemos trabajado en el campo, con las plantas, con las flores.
We saw the same in the field and when we were working with the flowers also.
Y de alguna manera hemos aprendido que tenemos que hacerlo juntos.
So in some way we have learned that we must to use together the plasma.
Empezamos con nosotros y claro que vamos a tener resultados y luego también se va a reflejar con todo lo que está alrededor de nosotros.
So if we start drinking, we can see the change also in the environment. But we must to start with us to drink the plasma water.
Eso es solo un punto de vista y lo que hemos experimentado algunos 4 años.
And we have experienced this for 4 years.
Pero ahora hemos visto que cada más las almas quieren trabajar con el plasma.
So now we can see that the souls, they want to work with the plasma.
Y por eso son necesarios hacer esos testimoniales,
And it's necessary to these testimonials,
porque hemos visto como las almas, cuando lee o puede ver un
How the
testimonial,
souls-
ya empieza a creerse.
we can see how the souls, they can see the testimonials and they start to believe it.
Gracias, gracias, gracias.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Giani. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see now we have our KFSSI has joined us, which that indicates we may have a live feed or some sort of feedback from them. Is that Mr. Kesh or Dean, or who is behind KFSSI at this point? Are you ready to open the mic? Shall we carry on here?
While we're waiting, amazing results again. Less food, more milk. Did the chickens also consume less food and produce more eggs, Gianni?
Que si habían consumido de igual manera las gallinas menos comida y que se habían
Sí,
dado más huevos.
sí, pasa con todos los animales, no importa que son gallinas o otros tipos de animalitos.
Yeah, doesn't matter the kind of the animal.
Y eso ya lo sabemos y hemos aprendido mucho de nuestros perros y gatitas.
So we have learned for the cats and the dogs also.
Y eso porque le hemos visto tomando el aminoácido de los reactores.
Because we can see when they are drinking the amino acid from the reactors.
Pero solo gotas.
Just a few drops.
Nosotros hemos empezado yo con Jetta, lo primero, experimentando cómo nos sentimos cuando tomamos el aquaplasma.
So I start with Jetta to have the experience when we drink the plasma water.
Hemos empezado una semana tomando agua de CO2, una semana ZNO, una semana óxido de cobre, una semana CH3.
So in each week we are drink CNO, CH3, and oxide,
Copper oxide.
copper dioxide. So
Y
1 week for each can,
Yes.
each kind of guns.
Para nuestros amigos animalitos hemos puesto 5 cubos de agua, 5 recipientes de agua.
For our friends, the animals, we have
Uno sin plasma,
5 different receipts with water, with plasma water.
uno sin plasma, los 4 con aquaplasma de los 4 ganses.
A ver, es uno con plasma y otro sin.
No, un recipiente con agua sin plasma, agua normal.
Ok, y los otros con agua, con agua plasmática.
Sí, de los 4 ganses de base.
Ok. ¿Y cuál fue el resultado que viste de diferencia? ¿Se fueron a los de los 4 de base?
Ah, Sí, pero han tomado más CO2 y no.
Pero mi pregunta es, por ejemplo, si en uno que no colocaste los ganses, ahí casi no tomaban los
Sí,
animales.
estaba lleno siempre.
So we have the experience that Gianni put 5 different places with different kind of water. Just one without any kind of ganses, and the other ones, they had the 4 ganses, primary ganses, the 4 primary ganses, and the animals, they prefer to drink the water with ganses, and almost the animals left entirely full the water, the simple water.
Lo mismo han visto con las cabras y con las vacas.
So the same, como no sé decir las cabras, lo diré en español. So with the same with the cabras and the cows
Y los caballos también.
and the horses also.
Tomaban agua normal solo cuando no tenía aquaplasma.
They drink regular water just when they don't have plasma water.
Lo que llamamos animalos sienten muchísimo.
As we call animals, they feel a lot.
Eso fue mi intención cuando he puesto los 4 cubos. Fue la intención y creo con todo lo que soy que ellos, su alma, ya saben qué tomar.
So how they know already what they know, or their souls know what I am, and knows also my soul. They know what to drink.
Sí, eso es maravilloso.
That is wonderful.
Solo por tener aquaplasma en un tanque y la vegetación de alrededor se cambia.
Just if we have a tank with plasma water, all the environment change around it.
Y ahora ya sabemos, eso es por los campos.
So now we know that it's about the fields.
Y claro, si ese año hemos empezado a rociar en el sitio donde se crece la comida para los animales,
So now we can put the plasma water to have the food for the animals,
y vamos a ver los resultados en el próximo año.
and we're gonna see the result the next year.
¿Y qué puede salir cuando una vaca come una comida feliz?
And we're gonna see what happened with a cow is fed with a happy food.
Y me acuerdo cuando el señor Kesh ha dicho al principio que ya puede subir hasta 200%.
So now I remember when Mr. Keshe said that we can increase 200 more the production.
Ahora, mi punto de vista es que cuando alguien está feliz, ya está regalando siempre más.
So my point of view now is when somebody is happy, is be able to give more.
Y eso es maravilloso. Gracias.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
You said, Gianni, the doctor was very impressed with your work.
Yes. Y también su hijo, que también es médico.
Did he ask you what school you went to or what medical school you went to?
Que si te preguntaron acerca de a qué tipo de escuela había sido tú, Gianni. ¿O qué tipo de
Pues nadie me pregunta porque todo sabe.
Anybody asks because nobody knows.
Yo soy solo Gianni y no tengo escuelas.
I am just Gianni. I don't have schools.
Solo
Pero
hay
ellos
un...
estaban preguntando que si te habían preguntado de dónde habías tomado el conocimiento ya.
Eso claro que siempre lo digo, que en la página de la fundación encuentra todo lo que es necesario para comprender, aprender y aplicar la tecnología.
I am always saying that they can research in the Kiev wiki.
Y nosotros como equipo nos vamos solo donde estamos invitados.
And we as a team, we are going where we have invitation to go.
Y aquí todo lo que hacemos juntos.
And here everything that we done, we are working together.
Hemos visto que así los resultados son mayores cuando las almas que están cuidando de los animales están tomando lo mismo y cuidando de ellos.
So we can see that the result is bigger when all the souls are working together, that they are the souls that they care the animals and the animals.
Y cuando estamos trabajando juntos, aprenden a hacer las bobinas los ganses y juntos aprendemos a utilizarlos.
And when we are working together, when they are learning how to make the coils, and is much better in that way, and we have excellent results.
Y claro, pedimos permiso para compartir el experimento y también que lo haga.
We are asking permission to share the experiment.
Y es, digamos, como un acuerdo entre nosotros.
It's like agreement between us.
Y la mayoría están de acuerdo.
And everybody is everybody se me va la palabra de estar de acuerdo, pero bueno, everybody has the feeling that everything is okay.
Bueno, tenemos aquí también a Horacio, que ha participado en todo eso, y si quiere añadir algo.
Horacio, dices?
Sí. Horatiu, te rog dacă vrei să adaugi ceva, că ai participat și tu la experiență.
Yes, thank you.
We have Horacio also, if he can speak anything.
Bueno, aquí Horatiu acum pune în fântână gansurile împreună cu Ștefan și Adriana.
I, Horat and Adriana and Stefan, my son and my wife, we are putting the gases in our fountain with the intention to equilibrate and connect to the source.
There was a question in the chat about that. Is he adding GANs directly to tubs of water for animals, or is he adding only plasma water?
Gianni and I, we add the three components of the plasma water. That means the plasma water, the gases, and the amino acid. They are all three.
Un exemplu pentru un tank de 1000 de litri este de ajuns 100 de mililitri de GANS plasma aminoacid.
For example, for 1000 liter is sufficient 100 milliliters of plasma water, GANs, and amino acid.
Dar ca un exemplu, în ultima fântână care are un volum de 5000 de litri, am pus un litru de gans.
But for example, the last fountain that has 5,000 liters, we put a liter of plasma gas water.
Cele 4 de bază,
The 4 basic gases,
pentru că am știut de la început că de aici alimentează și animalele, dar udă și câmpul.
because we knew from the beginning that from here the animal is drinking and the plants are watered.
Și am văzut rezultatele.
And we saw the results.
Dar
And
tu faza cu căluțul.
yes, Gianni asked me to tell the story with the horse at my friend Vasile. When we went there to put plasma water in the fountain and in the places that we drink, so we can make the test. We put in one container CO2, in other one ZNO, and other one copper oxide to see in which they drink from. So when we started, the process took over, I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes like that. And from the beginning, there were 3 horses there, and one just started coming from very far for the field, coming to drink the water. But when he saw that we were leaving, he started to run and to catch us from behind. And when we saw that, I just said, Gianni, we have to wait for this. It's very fantastic what is happening to see what will happen. And the horse came running and drank exactly from the copper oxide because he seems to have some problem with the digestion system. And then he drank very deep and just off. I don't know what is the word. He just, you know, after drinking, and then he drank from the CO2 and ZNO water as well. And we just said to Gianni, if we filmed this, it will be very wonderful. But the experience is enough to see the the results. Yes.
Did you hear that, Rick? The horse just drank gallons of CuO water.
This was the first choice, you know, and then it took from the other ones. But we saw the same thing even with the cows. In another day, the cows that Vasile, my friend, knew they had a problem with the stomach, they drank from that container, you know, and they feel better and happy. And even though other farmers from around, they were starting to get less milk because there was less food, I said, his cows continued to produce the same quantity of milk. And even though the food was less, but of course I saw a difference of change in the environment where we put the gas in the fountain, because all the grass was keep green even when there is no rain. So the cow ate some plasmatic green grass, you know.
They reduce the inputs, meaning the food and the medication, and they increase the outputs with the more liters of milk. Amazing.
And the interesting part was when the days were hot, they were not rambling around to eat. They were just staying around the fountain and at the shade, and just drinking water, you know, chilling. They were okay. They were not hungry.
And interesting, Giani said about the collective souls working together, everyone using the plasma water. Isn't this what Mr. Kesh said about us? elevating the world leaders, we have to do it together. We're stronger in a way.
Yes, of course, because like Giani is saying, the intention, attention, and emotion, it's very important where it's focused. So we can focus on the solutions that we already have, or we can focus on the other stuff that we all know.
Now, there's a bit of a discussion in the chat regarding, seems to be some concern about the idea of putting the GANs directly into the water and the amino acids and so on. And as Giani said, it's the GANs plus the plasma water plus the amino acids, all three are added. And, you know, some people say, well, you know, you can, Vincent said, you can put some drops of GANs if you know what you're doing, is kind of the idea. But consider you're putting the GANs into a relatively large volume of water, which needs to be decontaminated and made palatable. That means that you need to mix in the GANs directly with the water. You can't just use the plasma water. It's not as strong as the GANs itself for that purpose. Now the GANs is going to do its job and filter the water as it settles down to the bottom of a well or to the bottom of a watering trough for the cows and horses. So that GANs at the bottom of that trough or bottom of the well will then continue to give off its fields and to transform that water as the water gets refilled by underground streams, or the trough gets refilled by the well water or other water that's treated by the GANs. So it's not a worry in terms of GANs getting into the systems of the animals and that kind of thing, which even if it did, it would probably do more good than harm as far as that goes. They've had a hard time with the lab rats because they lived too long when they did the tests with the GANs materials on them. And then they had to be euthanized because they lived through the experiment too long. So that Mr. Kesh didn't think that was a good idea to keep doing the experiments with lab rats because they would have to euthanize them, and that didn't seem correct.
I want to add something, if I may. Yes, it's I understand now, like Mr. Kesh was explaining some days ago, when the interaction comes from the ground and from the plasma on the ground, meaning the gas is inside the fountain that is in the ground 10 meters or I don't know, 5 meters, and the tank with plasma water that is above the ground, and interaction between them is feeding all the life form in the area, you know, because it is containing all the soul of the plants, being in the ground and above the ground.
What I was going to say was, didn't we hear Mr. Kesh report a cancer doctor who developed that condition himself, actually injected the GANs, and he's going to write a paper about it? When he's ready to release it, I guess we'll be able to read it. But of course, you'd have to be a doctor and know what you're doing. But Rick, do you recall that, where he said this doctor actually injected GANs to treat?
Yeah, so
yeah,
we don't want to encourage
no,
people to do that. It's not something that anyone should do, and unsupervised, right, especially.
Right. You have
so,
to,
but yeah, they had to.
But that's what I was thinking about the wells or the fountains. That is the pipe pulling up some of the GANs with it, or is that pipe usually 3 or 4 feet or something from the bottom of the well? How does that?
Well, you never take
what
it
we
from at
understand.
the bottom of the well because that's always the silt and so on will form at the bottom. So usually there's a little bit of a gap there. But what about it, Gianni? How far deep is the pipe for the well? Where is it from the bottom?
The pipe is in the middle of the fountain, the water, you know,
Okay.
because it's a very good stream, so the water is coming up. Yes.
Unde am băgat gansuri în fântână, întotdeauna am recomandat ca pompa să fie la jumătate.
Where we put the ganses in the fountains, we always recommended to have the pump at the middle of the fountain.
Extrage jumătate, după care lasă să se completeze. Niciodată nu trage de pe fund.
He's extracting half and waiting till it is refilling and never from the bottom of the fountain.
La fel de unde beau apă vacile, animalele în general, suntem atenți ca să completăm când se golește.
The same at the places where the cows and goats are drinking, we are careful to put water full there always for the animals.
Exact cum am făcut cu noi când am folosit plasma de la jumătate în sus din sticlă.
Just like we have did with the plasma, drinking from the top of half top of from the plasma water.
Yes, thank you, Gianni. Are these wells periodically recharged, or is one-time application sufficient?
Aquí en las fotos es cuando hemos puesto 1 litro de gas en el pozo del Valle del... aici este momentul când am pus 1 litru de gas în fântâna din Valea Dragonilor, în râu și în fântână.
Here is when we put a liter of gas in the river and in the fountain in the Dragon Valley.
Și împreună cu Horațiu am pus în atâtea râuri.
And together with Horatio, we put in many rivers and lakes.
Am văzut și rezultatele când am pus gansul în apă și imediat s-au apropiat rățuștele, peștii.
We saw one time when we put in a lake the ganses. In very short time, wild ducks were there just bathing in the plasma, in the place where we pour the plasma water.
Cei care erau pe mal la pescuit întrebau ce le putem da de îi atrage așa de repede și mulți.
The fishermen that were there, they were wondering what we are putting there, that all the fishes are going there and all the ducks.
Este magnific.
It's magnificent.
Mulțumesc, Horațiu, și mulțumesc tuturor.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Ask him, do the wells get recharged with the GANs, or is it a one-time application?
Este de ajuns o singură aplicație pentru cei care continuă și înțeleg despre ce este vorba.
For the people that continues and know what they are doing, it's sufficient one application.
Cei care nu aplică, care nu înțeleg despre ce este vorba, cred că plasma se termină.
The ones that don't know and don't understand, they have the same thinking that the plasma is running out.
Și prima experiență cu prietenul Vasile a fost când a folosit plasma la cățeluși.
And the first experience with my friend Vasile was when he used the plasma water on his dogs. They were sick and they pour directly the gases on the water and they work after that.
Ce i-am dăruit putea să folosească cât vroia toată viața. A decis să o folosească o singură dată să se termine.
What we gifted them, he can use all his life the plasma water, but if he use it all at once, it finish and it is done.
Am arătat,
It went
am
out.
arătat, am arătat în toate atelierele cum se poate multiplica orice.
We show in every workshop that how can multiplicate it with just drops.
Mulțumim pentru dăruirea pe care a făcut-o domnul Cash pentru umanitate.
Thank you for the gift that Mr. Cash gave the humanity. Thank you.
Și mulțumim tuturor celor care aplică și împărtășesc această cunoaștere.
And thank you to everybody that applies and shares this knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
În fotografiile care le-am trimis ultimele lui Rick,
In the last photo that I sent you, Rick,
foto și video, împărtășim cum lucrăm înainte de a face un dom.
we are sharing how we are working before we are building a dome.
Înainte cerem permisiunea sufletelor din zonă ca să adăugăm și noi ceva.
At first, we are get the permission from the plants around and the souls to add something.
Pulverizăm cu plasma CO2-ZNO
With pulverizing with plasma of CO2 and ZNO.
și înainte de a începe construcția, asta este ceea ce facem.
And before the construction is starting, this is what we do.
Întotdeauna se creează o stare de armonie, de echilibru,
Always, the environment is nice and balanced.
și dintr-un anumit punct de vedere, toate domurile construite sunt domuri ale plasmei bucuriei.
And from one point of view, all the domes are built from the joy of the plasma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Giani. I understand you'll be traveling in the Americas soon or coming up. What is, can you describe your first project for us?
Primul proiect pe care îl facem, ca de obicei îl facem la fața locului, folosind elementele din zonă.
The first project that we are going to make is the same as always, from what we have at that place, from that environment.
Mergem în Columbia și Peru, apoi în Mexic.
We are going to Mexico, Peru, Colombia and Peru and Mexico.
Și de aici, unde suntem invitați.
And from here, where we are invited.
Dar ceea ce facem, începem cu modulul 0, care este plasma.
But what we are doing, we are starting with a zero model, that is plasma.
Pentru că cu plasma construim tot ceea ce urmează.
Because with the plasma, we are constructing everything that is.
Arătăm cum se poate construi un dom cu elementele din zonă.
We are showing how to build a dome with the element that we have around.
Atelierele pe care le facem este pentru a învăța împreună cum să construim și să facem cu plasma tot ceea ce ne este necesar.
The workshop is about how to work with the plasma and use it to make for us all that we need.
Un lucru pe care îi rugăm cu cei cu care facem atelierele să fie libere.
One single request that we have with ones that we are doing the workshop is for them to be free.
Să poată participa indiferent de resursele pe care le avem.
For everybody to participate regardless of our resources.
Anul acesta am avut confirmări din toate atelierele, unde întotdeauna cineva a fost care a dăruit și pentru ceilalți.
In our workshop in this year, we have the confirmation that every time. Ceva zgomote, Giani, la tine?
Nu? Cineva are microfonul deschis.
Someone has the mic open.
Got
Okay.
it. Yeah, I didn't see that before.
Sorry. Say that again, Giani.
La fiecare atelier s-a compensat, s-a echilibrat întotdeauna. Cineva a fost care să dăruiască pentru cei care nu aveau resurse.
In every workshop, we have the experiment that someone came to balance for the ones that they do not have the resources.
Întotdeauna dăruim materialele pentru atelier.
Every time we are gifting the materials that we need for the workshop.
Și în timpul atelierului primim deja resursele pentru următorul atelier.
And in the workshop, we gather the resources for the next workshop.
Și asta datorită poziționării libere.
And this is for free positioning of everybody.
Fiecare dăruiește în funcție de cât vrea sufletelul lui.
Everybody is giving according to their souls.
Și mulțumim că putem să facem acest lucru.
And thank you because we can do this thing. Thank you.
Okay, just like to check in with our KFSSI guests here and see if they're ready to present something yet. Don't see an active microphone for them to speak, so presume that has to happen yet.
I see the head of the Keshe Foundation is here from China. And I was thinking, I wonder if Giani had ever worked with any bamboo domes. You know, they use bamboo for everything, including scaffolding in China around very tall buildings. So I was just thinking of that combination.
Yes, this is going to be our next experiment with bamboo, because in Romania we don't have bamboo.
In Romania, I have bamboo.
You have bamboo, but not for a big dome.
Yes, dar l-am adaptat, l-am adus din Franța și l-am adaptat la munte.
Yes, but Gianni, he brought the bamboo from France and he adapted to the mountain place where he is living.
În dimensiunea plasmei este posibil absolut orice.
In the dimension of plasma, everything is possible.
Thank you. Hola, Alenka. ¿Me escuchan?
Hola, ¿qué tal? Sí, sí, como no te escucho. Sí.
Bueno, estamos aquí en el Valle de los Dragones.
We're here in the Valley of Dragons.
Y si es posible, voy a intentar hacer un video live.
And I'm going to try to do a live video.
pero para eso tengo que abrir la cámara.
But for that, I need to open the camera.
Okay, let me promote you to a panelist first so you can do that. Righty. I'll stop the share, which will make it easier to find everything.
Ok, ahora está bien.
Está bien.
Sí. Y voy a abrir la cámara.
I'll open the camera.
Ok. Un momento.
Just a moment.
Ok. Aquí es el domo.
Here we have the dome.
A ver. Sí. Aquí es el domo y se puede ver. Eso es detrás.
This is the dome, which you can see.
Aquí vamos a construir otro en esta zona
Build
de
another one in this part,
18 metros diámetro.
about 8 meters in diameter.
Ok, ahora vamos a pasar por la yurta.
Now we're going through to the yurta,
Y después en el domo.
and then we're going to the dome.
He enviado un video a Rick, pero está en español.
I sent a video to Rick, but it's in Spanish.
Ahora mucho mejor porque está en inglés. También.
Now it is also in English.
Aquí es la zona de comida.
This is
Afuera.
the zone, the dining room.
Aquí es la yurta,
And this is the yurta.
donde también aquí se puede dormir, arriba.
We can sleep in the upstairs.
Donde hay colchones. Ok, aquí se hace el fuego.
This is where we light the fire.
Bueno, a ver, ahora pasamos al domo.
We're going now to the dome.
Jetta. Jetta. Lumina. High dome, te rogo.
Light it up, light it up.
He dicho luz. Es mi saludo cuando se despierta Jetta.
Oh, that's my greetings to Yeta. Light.
Aquí, aquí tengo un muy buen amigo que por él existen la Farm of Conscience, Ferma de Conciencia. Ah, aquí.
Gianni, ¿podría repetir, por favor? Que no
He dicho
entendí
que-
esa parte que dijiste después de mi amigo.
He dicho que Leopold es el que por él existe en este sitio que se llama la Ferma de Conciencia.
Due to him is this
I
place
can
exists.
speak in English if you understand.
Puedes decir al inglés, Alenka. Go ahead.
This is
But what was the question?
No, he dicho que tú
No.
has construido este sitio, por ti
This
existe.
place exists
Adică
because
există
of Leopold.
datorită
Mm.
Și dacă vrei să spui un pic ce e aici.
So hi, my name is Leopold. I don't know if you can see me because Jen is holding a bit the camera.
No sé si me pueden ver porque ya
Can you hear me?
mantiene la cámara.
Okay.
Yes, we can see you and hear you.
Hi.
Te
Thank you.
podemos ver y te
Okay,
podemos oír.
that's better. So yeah, it was not me that built this place actually. There were many people before. I'm just improving what is already. It's more actually about giving like the people back to the people the power, creating spaces for them to develop themselves because this place is in the middle of nature, so it's a very good place to reconnect with the elements, with ourselves, with the stillness of nature, with the language of nature, which is not really language, it's just vibration and feeling. And yeah, me and some friends bought the land from Victor Koshbuk. There was like more communities before us here, and they tried their best, and we are continuously like doing what they started. So we're giving it power and energy to make it happen for the generation that will come here and experience what is happening at Farm of Consciousness. But this, you need to
Okay.
come here and see.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
Thank we.
Thank
Espero
you.
que no es- Gianni, espero que no haya sido necesario traducir, ¿verdad?
Para mí no. Ya sabes,
Ok.
comprendo al inglés, pero por hablar. Ok.
Okay.
A ver. Aquí es el otro domo.
And here we have another dome.
Eso de aquí es de 9 metros. El otro es de 10 metros.
This one here is 9 meters in diameter and the other one is 10 meters.
A ver, ahora vamos a subir un poquito arriba en ese de 10 metros.
Now we're going to see the one which is a 10 meter diameter.
Ok. Aquí es la terraza.
This is the terrace,
Terraza del domo.
the dome's terrace.
Que hay buena vista, una buena vista en toda la valle.
It's a beautiful sight to the valley.
Y así aparece por arriba la yurta.
And this is how the yurta looks from upstairs.
Hay un río muy cerca aquí a unos 20 metros.
Close by there is a river about 20 meters away.
Aquí va a ser, como he dicho, construido, vamos a construir el domo para todo lo que se llama el arte.
¿Qué?
Arte, pintura, escultura y todo lo que se hace con esto lo vamos a hacer con plasma.
And here is where we're going to build the other dome for the artwork. And we're going to build it also with plasma.
Un domo de 18 metros.
And this one will be 80 meters in diameter.
Y aquí por dentro.
Side.
The video stopped, Gianni, when you went inside. I think you have a bandwidth issue there.
Starting again.
Sí, ok, eso claro va a ser modificado con luces arriba y todo eso, pero aquí se hacen las meditaciones y hay una vibración, una intensidad de campos muy alta.
High intensity of fields.
Pues yo he percibido los campos de los dos domos hasta a 5 o 6 kilómetros de distancia.
Wow, I have felt the fields of the domes until 5 kilometers from a distance, about 4 miles approximately.
Y se están ampliando también.
And they are growing. They're extending more.
Así que por momento eso quería compartir. Y también hay un vídeo que he enviado a Rick con una deshidraladora. Alenka está al español. Si puedes traducir tú al inglés, por favor.
¿El vídeo cuál es?
Es un vídeo con un soporte para deshidratar setas, plantas y hierbas.
Oh, he also has a video to dehydrate plants and mushrooms.
También lo tiene Rick el vídeo y
Rick has it already.
lo puede poner y así puedes tú traducir al inglés, por favor.
Okay, I will translate to English that video because it's in Spanish.
O si no podemos hacerlo de otra manera, lo voy a poner yo de mi móvil y lo voy a explicar y tú puedes traducirlo.
Okay, then he's going to share it from his cell phone and I will be translating it. Oops.
Ok, voy a apagar la cámara, a cerrarla.
Catherine.
Ok. Ahora estoy en el coche porque aquí tengo más internet.
I have more internet here in the car.
Gianni, do you want me to share your video?
Gianni, ¿quieres que yo comparta tu video?
Sí, Rick.
Yes, Rick.
Okay. Let me see which one's first. It's this one. Okay, here we go.
Okay, aquí vamos.
Salut! Giani și Geta. Pentru astăzi vă arătăm cum deshidratăm noi ciupercile.
No te puedo escuchar,
Și nu numai,
Gianni, está muy suave.
că acum am cules ciuperci.
Muy
Rick,
bajo.
please, díselo a Rick, por favor, si puede ponerlo del principio, pero sin sonido.
Can you start it from the beginning, but without any sound, Rick?
Porque el video está
Yep.
en rumano.
Okay, here we go again.
Because the video is in Romanian.
Sí.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
¿Está bien?
Hola a todos. Ok, aquí tenemos dos soportes para deshidratar plantas.
Okay, we have 2 places to dehydrate the plants.
Que está hecho de una red fina de plástico.
We have made it with a very fine net, plastic net.
Y el soporte está hecho de hierro zincado.
And supports are made of zinc iron.
Y claro que hemos nanocubierto la red, pero también el soporte.
And of course, we have nano coated everything, the net and the supports.
En soportes de ese tipo estamos deshidratando aquí setas.
In this type of kind of support, we're dehydrating mushrooms.
Y cuando le ponemos para secarse, lo que hacemos estamos pulverizando con plasma.
And to dehydrate them, we spray them with plasma water.
Hemos utilizado plasma líquido de una copa una vida.
We have used cup 1 plasma,
Pero también aquaplasma de CO2 y TNO.
but we have also used plasma water of zinc O and CO2.
Aquí también como tenemos el laboratorio y tenemos plasma, dispositivos, nano,
As we have here in the lab, we also have the lab here, and we have plasmas and nano-coated devices.
en el medio plasmático todo se está deshidratando magnífico.
In the plasma medium, everything is. ¿Cuál es lo último que
Sin
dijiste,
necesidad.
Giani?
He dicho que es magnífico porque no tenemos que utilizar electricidad a otra cosa para deshidratar.
This is great to dehydrate because we don't have to use any electricity.
Eso es un modo muy sencillo que también afuera podemos colgarlo en un árbol.
And this is a very simple method, which we can also hang it from a tree from outside. See?
Sí. También podemos ponerlo en la terraza.
We can also place it in the terrace.
Y una vez que rehidratamos las setas o las plantas o frutas o verduras que están secas, le rehidratamos con plasma, son muy, muy maravillosas, que son fresquitas.
When we dehydrate the plants or fruits or mushrooms in this way, when we rehydrate them, they taste like as if they are fresh, with a very good taste.
Y claro,
and of course, no se te escucha, Giani. Se fue el sonido. No sound.
We'll stop the video for a bit until Giani catches up here.
Okay. Voy a detener el video por un rato hasta que Giani pueda alcanzarnos.
I think he had to restart.
Tienes que reempezar, Giani.
Okay, well, we'll just wait a minute for Giani to reconnect or whatever he has to do.
Probably lost the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the connection.
That's a whole art in itself, the collecting of mushrooms.
Oh, yes.
You need to know very much what you're doing with mushrooms, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's simpler than we think, but one wrong mushroom, I'm sure, can ruin your day.
Kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But they probably have them on only 1 or 2 types which are able to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Not just picking them up from the fields.
He said he nano coated the iron and the mesh. Is that what he said, Rick?
No,
He
the
said
mesh
the
is
supports
made.
and the mesh. Pardon me? Go ahead.
Yes, the mesh, it seems, is made of zinced iron. It has iron inside and the zinc is plated on it. And that's what he nanocoats, the whole mesh.
Like the mesh
And
we use in CH3. It has the zinc on top of the iron.
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It would also have the fields. I don't know if that's the same as galvanized.
Yeah, zinc on top of iron would be considered galvanized.
Okay. And he also nanocoats the net, the plastic net.
Right.
In fact, he nanocoats everything that he uses.
He's a walking nano coater.
Yes.
He's literally nano coated himself.
Most probably. He's
Yes,
plasmatized.
frequently spraying himself with the Cup 1 and probably a few other things like the different herbs and things he put in as fragrances, lavender or rose.
And his
ground up petal.
clothes
Mhm,
are also washed with plasma.
mhm. Yes, he has a couple of 1,000-liter tanks, he said. Because I was going to say, I used to be in the laundry business, and when you're washing, 500 pounds of linen at a time, it takes an awful lot of water to wash and rinse. But I mean,
Yes.
for small home operations, you might need 50 gallons or something like that. So for myself, who only has a few liters of different things here, you would really need the tanks and so on to use the
That's
plasma
right.
water. But he uses it regularly. Even in making the GANs, Rick, he'll start off with plasma water in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
For
distilled water.
Yeah,
But
I don't think he has any normal water. Not plasmatized.
right, and of course they've done this on the walls in the regular home and things too, where as you continually spraying the walls, they start to absorb and sort of build up fields within there. So he's always in some sort of field environment, even in the car. I know he's used it, I believe, in the tires and the gas and the cooling. I'm not exactly sure, but
Yes.
mhm.
The car, I remember that he said once that the car only obeys him to start. Not any other person can start the car
Mhm.
because it is completely plasmatized. And I think that he also uses some, I don't think that he uses any gasoline. He uses some kind of plasma with CH3. And also I remember that he said once that the car responds to his emotions. If he is happy, he will not use too much gas or plasma. But if he's mad or unhappy, then the car will use more combustion, more gas. No, not exactly gas. Some type of plasma.
So this is what I was saying, Rick. He has a lot of knowledge they've developed, or the teams there have developed and have shared.
Yes.
Just trying to replicate some of this and to develop my own understanding.
Yes, it is fascinating.
Yeah, I think when we're in the matter state, we need to understand this technology for generating energy, or perhaps, again, I don't know exactly the future, but we need to know how to actually apply more of this technology in the matter state. I think once we are in the energy state, the energies are more or less there for you to freely take. We're in the matter state, you sort of have to manipulate them a bit to get them to work, I know.
I was thinking about that earlier, and that concept of, for example, if you're dreaming, say you're dreaming or visualizing being on the moon or Mars or the sun or some other place, do you get cold when you're in a dream? Do you have to, you're looking around for a sweater to put on because it's so cold? Or when you're on the surface of the sun, like put yourself on the surface of the sun right now. Is it hot? Are you getting burnt? Are you like, is it frying your skin, or is it okay? Like, it doesn't affect you because you're not in that matter state condition. You are voyaging, traveling as a field force that's not even affected by ordinary matter state conditions such as temperature or pressure. Does the vacuum of space make you like blow up or something when you go to space? No, you're in space and there you are. However scary that might be. For me, I had a thing where just before I went to sleep, I blasted off the surface of the planet, and there I was out in space, and it wasn't a dream. It was like it was real, and I felt the acceleration when I went out, and then all of a sudden, bing, I'm out in the voidness of space, and there I am. And the first thought is, uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. Because it was just the voidness of space, and I didn't know how to react to it. And one of my first thoughts was, if I wake up like this in the morning, I don't know how I'm going to be able to go to work, because I've got no arms and legs. I'm just a pinpoint of attention in space, and you're not affected by the coldness of space or the vacuum of space or the cosmic rays of space or anything else, because you're there just as a simple presence, but without the physicality attached. And it's it's the ultimate freedom. It's the ultimate point of creation from that point of voidness. But at the same time, it's the ultimate kind of scariness, because you don't know where to go when you're just in a pinpoint of space. If that's our natural position, I think Mr. Kesh has basically said that a couple of times, that our true nature is a pinpoint in space, and other teachers have said that as well. And I felt that, I experienced that, but it was so intense that as soon as I had that thought of, if I'm in this condition, I'll never be able to go to work in the morning, which was a ludicrous, ridiculous thought. But as soon as I had that bang, it pulled me right back into my body, and that was the end of that space trip, basically. I blew it by bringing in thoughts of the physicality.
You're so responsible, Rick. You were thinking about work.
Yes, I was a workaholic, especially at that time. I probably still am, but I'm trying to retire out of it, but somehow the world doesn't let me, and I don't let the world. But yeah, and it's to maintain that position in space requires letting go of all the stuff that we're attached to that's related to the physicality, because the thoughts become so powerful that even the thought of being back on Earth, bingo, you want it, you got it, bang, you're back on Earth.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're going, wah, wah, and you hear, what's that noise? And you realize you're a newborn baby that just got reincarnated back on Earth because you thought about whatever it was that attracted you on Earth. And so you get what you desire instantly in those higher dimensions. And that's both the beauty of it and the downfall, in a way, literally a downfall, because any thoughts that are negative or thoughts that are related to the physicality, to be identified with some part of the physicality, well, bingo, there you are.
Good point about the reaching for a coat or a blanket when you're in a dream, or the opposite way. Have you ever been sweating in a dream where you're trying to find a fan to cool off? I don't ever remember either one of those instances of hot or cold being experienced. Maybe some of the other attendees or panelists would like to, maybe they've had a dream along that line where they were cold and they needed a blanket or a heater they were seeking out.
Yeah, let's take a poll kind of and see if people have had, like, do we get physicality afflictions when we're in that dream state, or is it mostly emotional and mostly like either fear or attraction or repulsion or some other thing like that? What is it that like what temperature, maybe certain sensations? Go ahead, sorry.
I don't remember ever feeling heat or cold in a dream, but affliction, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But emotion,
I don't remember ever feeling heat or cold in a dream that I remember. Of course, we only remember part of seems like most of our dreams, but I've never remembered anything like that.
So if our dream state is as some cultures say, is a higher state or a more awake state than our ordinary walking around in the daytime state, then possibly if we're able to sort of get into that dream state during our walking around in the daytime state, we can be more impervious to cold, for example, because we just forget all about the cold. It's not part of our sensations that we're feeling at that time. We're not feeling the sensations of the body. We're feeling the emotions of the soul or soul of physicality or some higher realm. And we're too busy with that. It's too much work just being in the present and all the stuff going on, that who can pay attention to hot and cold? That's way down on the scale. I've got incoming entities from planet 10 and the 8th dimension coming through. Who's got time to talk about the weather?
It simply doesn't exist in those realms, at least the ones I've been to.
Exactly. So it's not a matter of adapting to it like the tough guy that adapts to the conditions. It's more like the conditions don't even exist in that dimension. So and if you were to feel that cold, that would mean you are feeling the physicality and identified with that, and bingo, that would bring you back into a lower dimension, quite possibly. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
No, I was just thinking about hunger. We may have remembered eating something in a dream, but were you ever hungry in a dream where you had to go find food? I was just thinking about just asking the others.
Well, I think that's why Rick is showing a thing of chicken or whatever it is are on his trays ready to be eaten.
Oh, Randy, these are mushrooms.
Oh, that's what they are?
Drying mushrooms. Giani was as part of Giani's thing here.
They do look like little chicken pieces, though, don't they?
They do.
I remember seeing some of Johnny's food preparations, and one of them was round and long, like maybe a sausage or a hot dog, but much thicker than I thought that's what they were, but they weren't that at all.
He had some patties that look, I swore they were hamburgers that he had sitting around the fire trying to cook on these rocks. And I thought, that's not going to work. But it was all raw foods, and they were just warming them up by the fire and had them in the sun or something. And yeah, it was all completely different than what it looked like. No sign of Giani yet.
Well, he did say he was going into the.
Just as I said that, he magically appeared. See, you got to be careful what you say. And
be careful what you ask for, you'll get it.
As you think it, you get it. I just thought it, bingo, and it came. Hi, Giani. Are you tuned in there?
Hi, Rick.
Are you ready? Are you ready again?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have our loyal translator, Alenka?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So I'll back up the video a bit, and you can continue with the dried mushrooms. We had a little joke about that, but go ahead, Giani. You're spraying them here, I see.
Sí, Rick. Para el momento no veo tu imagen.
I can see it.
Okay.
Alenka, let me restart there, or maybe I'll reshare just to make sure.
Allí.
You should be able to see the desktop there, Giani.
Alenka, voy también yo a salir y a entrar otra vez.
He's going to come out in there in the video.
Alenka, voy a salir y entrar otra vez porque no veo el video.
Okay. He's going out from the connection, and he's going in afterwards because he cannot see the video.
Okay. Well, we can see the spraying going on here to keep things a bit moist. I'll slow down the dehydration.
Y podemos ver, dice el rociado para hacer la deshidratación un poco más lenta.
And also the CO2, well, that's not fully CO2, that's cup one, but it is a type of inhibitor, I believe. Meaning it,
Pero eso es CO2, sí.
go
Creo que
ahead.
es solo CO2. Yes.
There's, I know Jim and Lisa with the lettuce, when they stored it in the refrigerator with the CO2, I believe it was, it lasted for quite a long time, much, much longer than the regular lettuce. So I would call it some sort of inhibitor.
Yes, right. Good point. Preservative inhibitor.
Maybe he's not in. Okay.
We're still waiting on Gianni here.
Yeah.
So, oh, here he comes again. Alrighty.
As soon as you talk about him.
As soon as I say we're still waiting, bingo, he shows up. Okay, I'll have to say that more often.
The magic words.
Hello, Gianni.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you see the video now? Or see the screen?
No, Rick, for a moment, no.
¿Puedes ver la pantalla?
No, voy a intentar a ponerlo yo de aquí.
Okay, he's going to try to share it from his place.
Okay. Okay, ¿se puede repetir, Blanca?
Okay, we're ready. ¿Estamos listos?
¿Se puede ver, Alenka?
Perdón, no te escuché.
Se ve el vídeo que he compartido.
Yes. Sí, sí se ve bien.
Ok, aquí estamos pulverizando con plasma.
We're here spraying plasma.
Por ejemplo, cuando utilizamos el plasma de una unidad, no se acerca insectos a lo que estamos pulverizando.
No se te entendió muy bien porque se escucha como entrecortado. Cuando tú estás pulverizando plasma de la copa 1 o en general.
Cuando utilizamos la pulverización con copa 1 en especial, porque si utilizas CO2 ZNO, se van a acercar más insectos.
When he uses when he sprays, he uses this CO2 and zinc plasma, but I couldn't understand the last part. ¿Podría repetir la otra parte, por favor? Que no se entendió, no se escucha muy bien.
Sí, pero el internet está un poquito bajo aquí.
Sí.
Lo que quería decir que una vez que estamos pulverizando con aquaplasma de una copa una vida, no se acerca insectos.
When he sprays the cup 1 plasma, no insects will come close.
Cuando utilizamos CO2 ZNO, se acercan insectos y por eso hemos hecho ese tipo de soporte para secar.
And when we use the CO2 and zinc O, the insects come and are attracted, and that's the reason why we're using that kind of support of mesh.
Y como el soporte está nanocubierto, claro que dentro tenemos otro medio.
And as the support is nano-coated, of course, we have inside another medium.
Por eso, si afuera hay mucha humedad, dentro no pasa nada.
If, for example, if outside it is humid, inside it is not.
Además, si tienes una circulación del aire buena, en 2 días tienes frutas, verduras secas y maravillosas.
And if you have very good windy time, then in 2 days you can get those fruits and vegetables completely dehydrated.
A veces cuando quiero hacer, digamos, un ganso especial de una planta,
sometimes when I want to make a special gans from a plant,
utilizo en la habitación donde tengo estos secadores, utilizo un deshumidificador.
I use a dehumidifier in the room where where I keep these dehydrators.
Así estoy absorbiendo el plasma la humedad que tiene las plantas.
And in this way, we are absorbing the humidity of the plants or fruits,
que también es una plasma.
Which is also a plasma.
Y con eso me preparo el reactor de CO2 con ese plasma que es sacado de las plantas o frutas o verduras.
And I prepare myself the CO2 with those plants that I have dehydrated in there.
Claro, en esa plasma solo tengo que añadir una salinidad y empezar el reactor de CO2.
In that plasma, I only have to add the salt to start the CO2 reactor.
Y por ejemplo, si queréis hacer los ganses de la comida,
and if you want to do the food ganses,
nosotros hemos deshidratado frutas, verduras, legumbres, plantas aromáticas.
We have dehydrated fruits, plants, and aromatic plants also.
Hierbas aromáticas que se utilizan en la comida.
Hierbas, ¿cómo se dice hierbas?
Plantas aromáticas que se utilizan en la cocina alenca.
Okay, aromatic plants that can be used for cooking.
Y en este modo lo hacemos en polvo muy, 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 muy fino.
And we pulverize it very finely.
Y con una poca cantidad de ese polvo lo metemos y empezamos un reactor de CO2.
And with a very small quantity of that dust, of that powder, we can start a CO2 for food, a reactor.
Y tenemos el gas de la comida.
And then we can have the food gas.
Y también se utiliza para pulverizar en la casa. Ya tenemos en las paredes, en todos estos campos que lo necesitamos.
And we also use that gas to spray on the walls. And in this way, we have inside all the fields that we need.
Y eso es que hemos experimentado nosotros y por eso comemos muy, muy poco.
And that's what we have experienced. And for this reason, it is that we eat very little.
Claro, hay otros métodos que hemos hecho con las nanoplantas.
And of course, there are other methods that we have made with the nanoplants.
Donde hay cientos de especies de plantas.
Where there are hundreds of species of plants.
Y de aquí, un momento. Un
Just a
momento.
moment.
Leo, però posso lasciare un piccolo mattone che termino un pic mai che te. No, merci. Ok. ¿Me escuchan ahora?
Sí. Can you hear me?
Con los nanoplantas, una vez que están limpiadas de la solución cáustica,
Once that the plants are cleaned with the caustic solution,
lo he limpiado muy bien, como he mostrado también en los talleres.
we clean them very well, as I have shown in the workshops.
Y lo hacemos con el pH 7.
And we do it with the pH 7.
Y el ppm 0, ppm.
And ppm 0.
Y hemos introducido una poca cantidad, unos 3 mililitros en un reactor de CO2.
We have introduced 3 milliliters in a CO2 reactor.
Y en ese modo hemos obtenido el gas, otro gas de alimento con otra intensidad.
And in that way, we have obtained another gas with a different, higher intensity.
Otro modo sencillo es utilizar lo que secamos para copiar los campos directamente.
And another simple way to use these gases is uses very small amount of the powder to replicate the fields.
Esos son los 3 métodos que utilizamos.
Those are the 3 methods that we use.
Y lo sé que hay mucho más, pero con eso hemos tenido resultados maravillosos.
And I know that there is a lot more, but we have used these with with very successful results.
Por ejemplo, en un reactor, en una reactora de ese tipo de CO2, aquí ponemos el polvo de las plantas o
For example, in a CO2 reactor, we put the plant powder.
Ok, por momento eso es. Y gracias.
So for the moment, for the while, that's it. And thank you.
Si hay preguntas, con mucho gusto voy a...
Are there any questions?
Thank you.
Gracias a nosotros. Are there any questions, Rick or Mark?
Yeah, I'm just having a look here. I don't.
I wanted to ask Giani about the nano coating the two coils. Mr. Kesh had showed us how to, let's say, make CO2 with a nano coated copper and a zinc plate. Now, I
Quiero preguntarle
okay.
a Giani. ¿Entendiste, Giani? Que quiere preguntarte sobre el nano recubrimiento que haces para los reactores.
And Giani sometimes uses both pieces nano coating.
Giani a veces usa pequeñas partes pequeñas nano recubiertas.
What is the reason for that?
¿Por qué razón lo haces así?
Mark, ¿estás hablando de los nanoplantas que preparo?
Are you talking about the nano plants that I prepare? No, me
O de-
parece que
o
los
muy fino.
No, the GANs.
no referente al GANS.
Unless I'm mistaken, sometimes it looks like he has two nano-coated coils together.
Ah,
Okay.
understood.
Sí.
Of course. Sí, sí, Mark, utilizo los nanos, las dos bobinas nanos, porque quiero una intensidad mayor de como las otras.
I use the nano because I want a higher intensity than the other ones.
Y claro, cuando utilizamos las dos bobinas nano, tengo más campos, más intensos, y van a resultar muchas interacciones que yo necesito.
And when I use both coils nano, then I'm going to have more intensity and more production than that. That is what I need.
Por ejemplo, cuando volvemos a la zona de donde hemos hecho los talleres, vamos a hacer el gas de titán nano más titán nano.
¿Podrías repetirlo, por favor, Gianni?
He dicho cuando volvemos al laboratorio de donde hemos hecho los talleres.
When we go back to the labs where we have made the workshops,
vamos a hacer el gas de titanio.
We're going to do the titanium GANs.
Utilizando las dos bobinas de titanium nanocubiertas.
Using both titanium coils nano-coated.
Gracias, Gianni.
Eso es mi punto de vista.
That's my viewpoint.
Y claro que yo solo soy un bebé en la tecnología, así que hago todo eso para aprender y comprender más.
And of course, I am a baby in the nanotechnology, and I do that to learn and practice more.
Y he visto las consecuencias de utilizar el ganso hecho en ese modo.
And I have seen the consequences of using the GANs in that way.
Y por eso voy a continuar.
And for that reason, I am going to continue.
Thank you.
Gracias a nosotros.
Siempre hay que recordar que en la página de la fundación hay toda la información.
You must always remember that in the foundation webpage, they have all the information.
También en los libros del señor
And
Kesh.
also the books of Mr. Keshe.
Y son muy prácticas los talleres para los niños.
And they are very practical, the workshops for the kids.
Yo aprendí todo lo que hago, verlo varias veces.
I learned what I do by watching those videos more than one time, several times.
Así que gracias al señor Kesh y gracias a todos los buscadores de conocimiento. Thank you.
So thank you to Mr. Keshe and to all the knowledge seekers.
Can I jump here, please?
¿Puedo entrar?
Yes, mi hermano. Go
Yes,
ahead.
brother.
Hi, everyone. That is a good approach from Giani and very good question from Mark. Anyone have any idea?
Ese es muy buen acercamiento de Gianni. ¿Alguien más tiene alguna idea?
What happened if we put one kind of nano coating,
¿Qué sucede si nosotros ponemos un tipo de nanorecubrimiento
or will you put two kind of nano coating, or anyone?
o ponemos dos tipos de nanorecubrimiento? ¿Lo has probado, Gianni?
Don't forget one thing. We are speaking about plasmatic condition.
No olviden que nosotros estamos hablando de condiciones plasmáticas.
So really, if all of us understand what actually happened in that box, I think we
Así
can.
que sí. Así
Go
que
ahead.
si todos nosotros comprendemos lo que sucede dentro de esa caja,
I think we can run, walk, fly.
yo
in
creo
that
que nosotros
aspect of
podemos,
knowledge.
yo creo que nosotros podemos caminar, correr, volar en ese tipo de tecnología, en ese conocimiento.
Así es, Jalal, y por favor, ayúdanos a comprender más. Gracias.
So it is, Jalal, and please help us to learn, to understand more.
Okay.
Jalal,
Yes.
it's Gail here. I just wanted to, I understand one person is saying nano is gravitational, but that depends on how we're doing it, caustic or fire. I understood. But the other thing is, if we do things that are different, it's still gradient, isn't it? We're trying to make the flow
Gustaría-
faster or slower.
Gail, I have to translate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
So could you please repeat in two parts?
And I have to remember what was the first one. I said at the beginning, we have a difference in gravitational magnetical if we do nano through caustic or through the fire. That was my first question.
Are you happy or are you are you
Al
afraid?
principio, Jalal, I need to translate for
No,
Gianni.
wait. Don't translate. Just translate this one. I am asking Gail, are you happy or are you afraid?
Estoy
Well,
preguntando, ¿tú estás feliz o estás triste o estás miedosa, temerosa?
If I
Happy.
put you in a condition, no. Wait. It's a maggraph. It
Es un
is
maggraph.
plasma. It is whatever you call it, a name. It is an entity.
Es
Where I put
es
this
plasma,
entity due
como
to the
sea que lo
condition,
llames, es una entidad y pongo esta entidad en una condición
and then it will be happy or sad, angry or giving or taking. You know, it's all possibilities.
entonces
But I-
tendrá unas múltiples posibilidades de emociones,
But I cannot put a name, Abigail.
pero no le puedo poner un nombre.
Yeah, that cannot be. And
No puede ser.
this is really what Mark asked and what Giani approached a little bit. But we need to understand what is the condition.
Y eso
We
es.
put gel in, then we will have a behavior.
okay.
Y eso es lo que Mark y Gianni querían entender un poco más.
Ask another question. Jill, can you lift up 10 kilo?
Pero
Yeah.
haz una pregunta inteligente. ¿Puedes tú levantar 10 kilos?
What is the
10
maximum?
kilogramos.
What is the maximum of you can lift? Now, in
¿Cuál
this
es lo
moment of
máximo que
time.
tú puedes levantar?
Right now,
And yeah,
Well,
in this moment of time. Yes.
En este momento.
I mean, 40 kgs would be about maximum, but only for a short time.
No,
Creo
even
que serían
if it's just 1
40
second.
kilogramos, pero solamente por un tiempo corto.
So
40
40 kilogram.
Yeah.
40
Okay.
kilogramos.
You know what I will do? I will put a stamp on your back Gail can lift only for maximum 40
¿Sabes
kilograms.
lo que voy a hacer? Voy a poner en tu espalda, dice, una etiqueta que diga que Gail puede levantar 40 kilogramos.
And if I and Rick and Alenka, we go to, let's say, picking something, I know there is a stamp in your pack say Jill can lift 40 kilograms. And you know what?
Dice, nosotros vamos a levantar algo, dice, ya sea Alenka, Rico, cualquiera de nosotros, vamos a levantar algo, tú tendrás esa etiqueta en tu espalda.
And you know
Que
what?
tú puedes levantar
When I
40
put her
kilogramos.
in action, I find
Y
out
cuando me pongo en acción,
she is only for 10 seconds and she will take someone to hell to take.
lo que va a
Yo
pasar es
puedo
que
levantar una
ella
galaxia.
ella lo podrá sostener solamente por 10 segundos y después va a pedir ayuda.
I
No,
hope all of you now understand exactly this simple method of understanding.
Así que yo
Well,
espero que todos ustedes hayan comprendido esta pequeña explicación para el entendimiento.
And I would like really to Mark to read back about the paper, what he wrote in the beginning.
Y me gustaría que leyeran el papel que se escribió al principio.
It is about an entity. It have a capacity, yes, but when we push it further, we can get another action or another energy from due to the condition we put it in.
Es
yes.
sobre la capacidad que se tiene en un determinado momento, y que una vez que se sobrepasa esa capacidad, tenemos otra entidad que es diferente.
A cat, it can be a lion.
Un gato se puede convertir en un león.
So can I say, can I make the cat lion all the time or
¿Puedo
whatever?
yo hacer al gato un león?
There's a condition where this cat will be a lion and this cat will be a beautiful doll. So
Y hay una condición en la cual este gato se puede convertir en un león o que puede ser un perro.
it's need only understanding.
Eso solamente si se comprende.
When we put nano-coated
Cuando nosotros
material
usamos nanorecubrimiento
in, let's say, a box,
en, digamos, una caja,
we need to understand what kind of strength of plasma this inside this box.
necesitamos comprender qué tipo de, qué clase de fuerza de plasma está dentro de esta caja.
And now, do I
¿verdad?
get another nano-coated material and what happened and what I have?
Y si yo pongo otro tipo de nanorecubrimiento, de material de nanorecubierto, ¿qué es lo que voy a obtener?
You will have a plasma environment. It have a strength.
Tendrás un entorno de plasma con una determinada fuerza,
The same plasma. You don't
El mismo
change
plasma,
anything. You don't change anything from
sin
outside.
cambiar nada.
From outside or inside. If you can take
Desde
from it
afuera.
or add to it in any respect, you will change everything inside.
Si tú le puedes agregar algo desde afuera, lo que sea, tú lo vas a cambiar internamente.
So let's say you made a box, you call it
Así que,
magnetical, you call it a gravitational, it have a strength of giving and taking in respect to the environment that you put it in.
digamos que que hemos hecho una caja, ya sea gravitacional, ya sea magnética, lo que tú quieras. I couldn't get the last part, Jalal, please.
That box, it is a plasmatic
Esa-
condition
Esa caja estará en una condición plasmática
and interact and act due to the condition you put it in.
y va a interactuar y actuar conforme a la condición que tú le pusiste adentro.
Now you say, this box give me, let's say, give me the energy of food.
Ahora digamos que esta caja quiero que me dé la energía del alimento.
Jill, can you come sit with me? You will get energy of food.
Gail, puedes venir conmigo y te voy a conseguir la energía del alimento.
So Jill came sitting with me, and in a second, I see there is something different now.
Así es que viene Gail, se sienta conmigo y en unos pocos segundos yo encuentro que hay algo que ha cambiado.
Now I see energy of water.
Ahora yo veo la energía del agua.
Did we change anything in the plasma in that box?
¿Podemos nosotros cambiar algo dentro del plasma en esa caja?
Did we change the materials?
¿Cambiamos los materiales?
Yes.
Maybe not. No, maybe not. But we changed the
Tal vez
plasma.
no. Solamente cambiamos el plasma.
Why we change the plasma inside
¿Y
it?
por qué nosotros cambiamos el plasma allá adentro?
Because someone takes some energy
Porque
And-
alguien tomó
and
esa
give,
energía
and give another energy.
y le dio otra energía.
When this box depend in the outside energies, so it will change.
Y cuando esta caja es actuada con una energía externa, va a cambiar.
But if this box connected to a higher source of energy, what matter we do, what matter we take, do not affect it.
Pero si esta caja ha sido conectada a una fuente de energía más alta, ¿qué es lo que vamos a obtener?
So if is it too much to understand, please go back to listen to it again and really understand it. It's very
Si
simple.
es demasiado para que ustedes entiendan, por favor, regrésenlo y lo analizan para que ustedes entiendan realmente.
Only you need to understand what you are doing and what kind of strength you have and how I can add to it or take from it to change it to another energy.
Así que lo único que tienes que comprender es qué es lo que tú agregaste y qué tipo de energía tienes ahora para saber y comprender.
We approach it. We approach this one for all of you, even in the public teaching, how we convert the CO2 to
Nos
CH4.
acercamos aún en las enseñanzas privadas y públicas, qué es lo que pasa cuando hacemos el reactor de CO2.
So you see the difference between the behavior of this plasma.
Así que tú ves la diferencia en el comportamiento de este plasma.
We simply mimic the pressure and the heat. That's all.
Simplemente, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
We mimic the condition of the pressure and the heat.
Nosotros estamos imitando las condiciones de la presión y del calor.
So I need to go back to work. But it was a good
Así que
question.
necesito regresar a trabajar.
Now I would like someone to explain to us, if I have a CO2 box, what kind of plasma I have inside, what kind of strength, how can I measure it?
Ok, ahora quiero que alguien me conteste. Si yo tengo una caja de CO2, me gustaría saber cómo puedo yo medir cuánto tengo de ZNO.
And if there is a field,
Y si hay un campo,
what is the strength of this field?
¿cuál es la fuerza de este campo?
This is a very beautiful topic. Very beautiful assignment.
Es un tópico muy, muy bello.
Have a good time with it.
Ok, tengan muy buen momento con ella. Con la pregunta. Thank you. Gracias a nosotros.
Sí, y gracias por recordarme algo muy, muy importante.
And thank you for reminding me of something very, very important.
Porque Mark, en nuestros reactores no solo hay 2 bobinas que están nanocubiertas.
Because Mark, in our reactors there are not only 2 nano-coated coils.
También el recipiente está nanocubierto.
Also, the container is nano-coated.
Nosotros de 4 años estamos nanocubriendo todos los materiales que utilizamos, todos.
Since 4 years ago, we are nanocoating all the materials that we are using.
Y también con respecto a lo que ha dicho Jalal, en ese modo hemos obtenido y comprendido un poquito el calentamiento plasmático.
And concerning what Jalal said, in that way we have obtained some understanding of the plasmatic behavior.
Porque una vez que hemos comprendido que nosotros podemos subir y bajar la temperatura dentro de nuestra caja,
because once that we have understood that we can increase the temperature inside our box,
en ese caso, la caja es el laboratorio, el domo.
In that case, the box is the lab, the dome,
nuestras casas,
our houses,
nuestros coches.
our cars.
Así, comprendiendo un poquito, hemos podido hacer las conexiones con los campos para cambiar el medio como queremos.
Understanding a bit, we have been able to make the connections of the fields to change the environment.
Y eso lo hacemos con la conexión, con atención, intención, emoción.
And we do that in connecting with attention, intention, and emotion.
Podemos subir o bajar la temperatura.
We can increase or decrease the temperature.
Crecer o bajar la humedad.
Increase or decrease the humidity.
Y mucho, mucho más.
And a lot more.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Ahora estoy de paseo por los laboratorios y domos que hemos hecho.
Now I am going around the domes that we have built.
Así que de aquí nos vamos al donde hemos empezado todo, en Petrila.
So from here, we're going back to Petrila, where we started everything.
Y de aquí vamos a hacer otros vídeos y fotos con otras cosas maravillosas.
And from here, we're going to do more videos and photos of things, marvelous things that we have done.
Y por eso os agradezco a todo, pero puedo quedarme otros 15 minutos más.
And for that reason, I thank you all, but I can stay 15 more minutes.
Y si hay más preguntas, con gusto voy a contestar lo que conozco. Gracias.
And if there are more questions, I'm going to answer from what I know.
If you just understand how the liquid, it will manifest in the lungs.
Me gustaría que te dijeras si comprendes cómo se manifiesta el líquido en los pulmones.
In that dome, let's say, plasmatic dome.
En ese domo, si es un domo plasmático,
you can not only make water, you can make whatever you want.
No solamente puedes hacer agua, sino que también puedes hacer. I didn't hear the last part. What can you do?
It's better. Don't teach him.
Sí, Jalal, podemos obtener todo.
Yes, Jalal.
I
We
said
can,
he can do
in
whatever
every-
he wants.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Puedes hacer lo que tú quieras.
Así es.
Just Mark, please bring back this how we create the water inside our body.
Mark, ¿puedes traer de regreso otra vez cómo es que nosotros creamos agua dentro de nuestro cuerpo?
Somehow the helium ionizing becomes, is it an oxygen?
De
And then
alguna forma,
that
la
combines,
ionización del helio crea oxígeno.
I guess because of the fields in the vacuum condition.
Yo creo que es debido a la condición de
Just
vacío.
read it. Just
de los
read it.
campos.
Just read it, and then I hope you understand what is the difference between matter state and plasma state.
Bueno, yo creo que tú puedes comprender cuál es la diferencia entre el estado plasmático y el estado de la materia, porque le dice que solamente lo lea.
Yes, as I was told once, the matter state is a plasma, just a weaker plasma.
Como me dijeron una vez, el estado de la materia es un plasma también, lo único es que es un plasma más débil.
I'll have to pull that up again. I'm not exactly sure. There's 20 pages on that, so I'll have to find it again.
Voy a tener que buscarlo de nuevo porque yo creo que son como 20 páginas.
But I thought the key was that the thyroid and the parathyroid decide what these energies that are absorbed from the lymph actually become.
Yo creo que la clave está en que parece que la tiroides y la paratiroides son las que hacen la función de cambiarlo. What was the last part, Mark?
I'm not sure. What was the last part?
The thyroid and the parathyroid.
The parathyroid
Decide what they become.
Right.
La,
Whether it becomes
la
energy,
paratiroides decide qué es lo que se va a convertir.
whether it becomes the energy for the cell of the heart, or whether it becomes the energy for the cell or energy for the liver.
Si va a ser una célula para el corazón o va a ser una célula para el hígado.
I understand so little about this technology. I can't really, I'm just sharing what I think I understand.
No, yo entiendo tampoco de esta tecnología que yo creo que estoy entendiendo, pero en esto sí creo que lo puedo entender.
So let me look that up. And while I'm doing that, I would ask Giani, most people carry a water bottle with them.
Mientras yo busco esto, me gustaría preguntarle a Gianni que la mayor parte de la gente lleva una botella consigo mismo.
Whether they're playing sports or they're going to work or they're going here or there.
A donde sea que vayan.
Could you show us or explain to us a simple way of using amino acids?
¿Podría explicarnos de una forma muy sencilla cómo se forman los ácidos lípidos?
Added to our water bottles.
Agregados a nuestras botellas de agua.
That can supplement our energy during the day or at work or at sports.
Energía.
A simple combination of maybe one or two, or depending on what people have, let's say.
Una combinación simple, 1, 2, dependiendo de lo que la persona tiene.
Thank you.
Gracias.
These amino acids are proteins, and so these are the building blocks of life.
Estos aminoácidos son proteínas y son los bloques que construyen la vida.
And the pictures you showed us with the lights, I mean, the amino acids combined with the GANs, obviously there's some energies that we can directly absorb.
Según las fotos que nos mostraste, los aminoácidos se combinan con el agua y seguramente que hay alguna energía que nosotros podemos absorber.
Could he share more of his understanding of how we can sort of supplement our
¿Podrías
way?
tú
Yeah.
compartir algo de este conocimiento para saber cómo nosotros podemos absorber esa energía?
And this creates a condition of perhaps not being hungry so often.
Y entonces podemos nosotros crear la condición de no tener hambre todo el tiempo. Ahí tienes dos solicitudes, Giani.
Is Gianni still here? Nope.
I don't know.
No, I don't see him there. Okay.
Se volvió a ir.
I know one of the points I observed in one of the videos that Gianni shared was he had put in a drop of the CH3 amino acids into about 1 liter of water. And he said that was his 3rd drop for the day. And he indicated this is one of the reasons he doesn't have to eat a lot. And since we're conducting a class on plasmatic feeding and temperature control, I thought we may add that to the class tomorrow or share what he's sharing here. Because it is a key.
He says that he sometimes can go a whole day without eating.
Mm-hmm. So you saw the pictures last week, right, Rick, of all those different lights reflecting off those amino acids, which was the GAN mixed with the amino. That's got to be energy, little suns. So by adding those to the water, you're now supplementing your energy. And so it results in a smaller basket of food that you need, unless you, of course, you want to eat. That's. I thought I'd have him share that so that we could all, because I think the time is coming. We may need to practice this a little bit more.
Well, I have noticed that since I drink the plasma, I eat about half what I used to eat.
And of course, he always starts with the plasma water and then adds to it. Even in his reactors, many times, as I said, he starts with plasma water. Or for the continuation, he doesn't just add distilled all the time when you're making it. He starts with the plasma water. This is what I've been observing. Of course, I could be mistaken, but we may have to wait for him to come back.
What happens?
Yes.
Mark, what happens is that he doesn't have any normal water. He only has plasma water.
Right, which he taps in from these 1,000-liter tanks.
Yes.
So, Rick, maybe you can answer or share a couple things here. We had the Create the Future contest.